So guys, quick video cam, possibly show this later in the year. We've just started out on our trip to the Ukraine. We're just driving from Teddington to a services station, Clackett Lane Services, to pick up one of the drivers, and from there we'll head on. So I'll show you the front view now. So here's a better shot of our convoy. So ambulance ahead has Gideon and David. The one ahead
Everyone all good?
has two lads from
We're all good in the middle, thank you.
and then in the front is Gavin, who's the leader. So this is our walkie-talkie. All good here at the back.
It's actually quite helpful as we get going the last vehicle, if you know you're asked to say, yeah, good at the back, because otherwise people are going, yeah, I'm good, and you realise you've left somebody behind.
So we've just joined the M25, coming on close to, I guess, Leatherhead. So there's our two ambulances ahead, and you can see up ahead there is the truck that's in our convoy as well. So we're just moving into the passport control, leaving the UK. We had a bit of a wait and we had a coffee and a chill. Barney, thoughts?
Yo, coffee was good.
Coffee was good. So here we are, just coming into passport control. I'll put this camera down so I'm not an obvious target, but hopefully we won't get stopped and searched and everything else. But here we are, we're leaving the UK. So we're on the train. You basically drive all the way along inside this train until the traffic stops at the front. So we're on the train and we've just set off. This is us just pulling away from the station. We are pulling off the train. We were right at the front of the train. So we are first off by a couple of vehicles. So this is how it works. You just drive off this little platform. They open up this bit and then you just open up and jump on the road. And we're just passing through this German city, and there's been a very cool sort of train track in the middle of the road. It's quite interesting. It's like a tram, I guess, in the middle of this highway. So that's pretty cool. We're pushing on. We're in Germany now, and just going around one of the big cities. We've only done about 350 miles, so we've got a good 1,200 more miles to go. So we'll just have to push on, see how it goes. We are continuing through Germany. The rain conditions have got really bad, so we've got heavy rain now. So speeds have dropped again. We are doing just about 80 kilometers an hour. And we've got 47 minutes to our next stop, which is our stop for food in Germany. Listen to that noise, everybody. That is some heavy rain that we're having right now. Properly heavy rain. We're going about 50 miles an hour and just inching our way through this rain. It's properly heavy.
So, this is a tunnel. Check out this G.
We are doing the pre-midnight shift. It's about 11:45. We're about 20 minutes from our next stop, where Barney will be taking over, hopefully. It's been alright, the road's cleared up a bit and the rain's stopped, so we've been getting some pretty good progress in the last hour, some really clear roads. We've been just going a straight 110 kilometers an hour, getting some good miles done. So we've just stopped here. It's our 20 past midnight stop. I'll just pan around with Dave. We're just doing a fill up of all of our vehicles, and we've just filled up all the stations. That's Gideon behind us in the ambulance there. And yeah, we are ready, I think, to start pressing on again. I'm going to have a sleep next.
We're what, about halfway across Germany now?
I would say about halfway. Are you driving next?
Yeah.
Are you ready? G'd up for it?
Excited.
No, Barney's next driving our vehicle. And there's Gideon. He's probably due asleep now, I would say.
Definitely.
We literally woke up the poor lady in the shop because it's all closed up and dark. And we made enough noise that she woke up, and now people have started ordering coffee and diesel and whatnot. Just while we're stopped, actually, I've got this little chance. I'll show a couple of the vehicles. This is a Toyota Hilux. 2012. So this is the lead vehicle. This is what our kind of tool, our leader is driving. And yeah, really cool looking truck. This one will be used to sort of extract people directly from the battlefield. So when they're shot and so on in service, this will be the initial vehicle that they just throw them in the back of and drive away from the battlefield. And then this is one of the ambulances, and it would have been used for patient transfers. 66 registration, so coming to the end of its sort of service life. So this one, notice, has got YJ66 HVS, and then the next one over here has got YJ66 HWP. So we would assume that these two came from quite a similar trust, probably brought together in a fleet. A quick update: we are hurtling along in convoy. It is it's like 2:30 in the morning. I'm zooming in on 2:30 in the morning. We've got half an hour to our next stop on the Poland-Germany border.
Yeah, duct tape should do quite well because it's it's low pressure, isn't it?
Yeah, if you can get it on.
You just have to get it on.
If you can get it on
as
and
dry
wrap
as
it.
possible and give it a few turns.
Yeah,
But damn it, it's not very accessible.
it's not that accessible, and it's quite a good flow rate, but hey. So,
Start having your duct tape.
quick update.
You want some
duct tape?
Yeah, but
As we pulled into the service station here, we noticed a bit of a leak from this vehicle. So there's unfortunately a coolant leak from one of the cooling pipes around the radiator. It looks like the pipe has rubbed on the radiator shrouding and it's sort of worn through a bit, and it's now sort of peeing out. And so that is a problem because we are a good few hundred K. We're in Poland. I think we're about halfway through Poland, but we're a good few hundred K away, and we have to get there without this van basically overheating. If the engine runs out of coolant and we're on the road and we don't realise, the engine would for sure overheat and seize. So we need to make sure that doesn't happen. So we're just trying to work out now what to do. Separately to the coolant issue, the bottom of this van is covered in diesel, and I'm trying to work out why, but there's a lot under here. Don't know why, but you can see it's wet. And when we pulled in, this exhaust was really smoking with the diesel evaporation. So need to find out what's going on with that as well. So this van is not looking so good. So to recap on the situation, I woke up after being asleep and I immediately was like very concerned about smoke coming off their vehicle, and I was like on the radio straight away, oh, you got loads of smoke coming. Got to the service, no one else seemed to be that worried, but I had a look and there's diesel leaking onto the exhaust of the van. I'm at the back, Dave and Gitter in the middle, and already now you can see that there is smoke coming off the underside of their van, and we've been going like 2 minutes. So it is genuinely quite a dangerous thing to have that amount of diesel going onto an exhaust, and it could combust. So I've told everyone, look, this is dangerous and you need to be on your watch out. So anyway, Gids and Dave are in the van there in front, me and Barney are at the back, and we're monitoring. If the diesel gets to a certain temperature, it could just ignite. There's smoke pouring off it. I don't know if you can see, but there is smoke coming off that van. But we are where we are, we have to push on. So I'll give an update when we have one. Things have gone sideways very quickly. We've just pulled out of a service station. We stopped on a very sketchy position, top of a hill. Gids and Dave lost power. Engine check light came on, and we are scrambling to have a look. To note, this is not the ambulance we've already had issues with. We had issues with this one, and that's been sort of diagnosed, and we're limping it on. That one's okay now. This one has just lost power.
Anyone got any tissue?
We are working
We've
through.
got some blue.
So we're going to check oil, and we're going to see what we can do. We're in a sketchy situation, so we need to be very careful of safety, because we are in a low visibility area as well. So not much we can do. We'll see what we can figure out with this van. We've just tried the turn it off and on again trick with the immobiliser and the van itself. Gideon has a check engine light just come on, which is not good. So very weird, because we were having issues with the other van and now we've got issues with this van. Will it go forward at all? Because it's got no power.
It will go forward, but it won't go more than about 10 miles an hour.
Shut all the windows.
Okay.
Come out, lock it,
Yeah.
and leave it for a couple minutes.
Yeah. So we have a plan. Basically, we're in a sketchy position. We're going to go along a bit, 30 miles an hour if we can. These guys were only able to do about 10, so we're hoping for the best. But this is a really low visibility spot with very fast traffic, and there's roadworks right ahead of us. So we are in a bit of a dodgy situation. I'm driving, I think. Barney is going to film, and we'll just see how we go. We're going to have to go as a convoy with hazards on and just hope for the best.
Got max 40 miles an hour here, but JD.
Yeah, so we are in the Vanguard rearmost vehicle, and our vehicle is good. Ahead of us is Dave and Gids. Their engine management light come on.
Coming up in 5 kilometres. Guys in front, you might just want to go ahead to them, because we're a long way behind you now, we can't see you, so you may as well just go ahead and wait for us there. Okay, yeah.
So they're in limp mode. We are trying to just limp to the next services in 5k. We're 400 kilometres from our destination, so it's not good. The max speed these guys can do is about 30-40 kilometres an hour, so it's not looking good on that side.
10 hours. That's insane.
10 hours on the hard shoulder in a foreign country, not good. So, and this is the second van that's gone. So the first ahead of them is the other van, which has got the leaking coolant and the dripping diesel. So not great, to be honest. Not a great pair of vans. I did tell the vendor, don't buy in Birmingham, and this is why. This is the kind of stuff you get. All jokes aside, but it's not great. 2 out of 3 vans. Ours is the only one left that is not broken. So we will catch up with you guys in 5k at the services. Hopefully we'll make it, and we'll try and have a look and figure out what's going on. See you there. Okay, so we made it to the service station, and our plan there was to just try and figure out what was wrong with the van. But unfortunately, and quite frustratingly, the only real way to know what an engine management light is triggered by is by scanning the ODB, which is like a connection. So I've got an ODB reader at home, and if I'd have known, I'd have just brought it in my back. It's only a tiny little thing, and I'd have been able to read the codes probably, but because I don't have that with me, we have to go. We're now driving to a mechanic in a nearby town. We're going about 50 miles an hour, maybe 40, which is okay. We've got a call coming in from Melissa Perry, so we'll pick up that, and I'll pick up in a minute. Well, quick update. I should have filmed it, but it was just not one of those ones that we wanted to be seen filming. We have all just been stopped by the police. He's coming back with our documents now. The guy has opened our van, had a look at our cargo, and taken our papers. He is on his way back. He's over there. I'll quickly show him. He's on his way back now, so hopefully we'll get our papers back. All will be in order, but we are hoping for a quick turnaround. We'll let you know in a minute. So a brief stop there by the police. I think he was just doing random checks for customs and just suspicious stuff. So he opened up our contents. So he's there now looking to pull over some more random people. Doing a good job actually. He's just like randomly stopping people. We are driving very carefully, and we will be on our way. So carrying on this road. So he's stopping random lorries. Dave is going to be very careful. So here he is, just pulling over another random lorry. We'll probably go on this side. We have been released, we're on our way. So next stop is Reshov, and we'll hopefully meet with a mechanic there and carry on. A really quick update. We have met with 3 lads who are from the local area here. They were connected with us by the guys back in London, They have hooked up an OBD reader, and so they'll be checking to see if they can work out what the code is that's throwing up on the ECU. It might be something easy, might be something hard. Hopefully their reader will pick it up, whatever it is, and we'll know hopefully quite quickly how bad the problem is. They might be able to just wipe the ECU and then we'll have a factory reset basically. And if the code isn't a major one, then that would hopefully remove limp mode. We should be able to carry on. So we are on the move. The reader diagnosed it as having a faulty crankshaft position sensor, which is a very straightforward fix, but we didn't have one with us or the tools, and they didn't have tools as well. So we just said to them, look guys, we have to just push on. So where we are now, it's about, I think, 4 o'clock. We have to get to the border before it closes, get across the border, and then we have to get to our hotel and parked and inside before the curfew at midnight. So it's still quite a tense situation. We've got a very slow vehicle and we are actually going to have to go on the motorway now. So these motorways are 130 kilometers an hour, but we really have no choice. If we want to make the border, get across, get to our destination before curfew, our only choice really is to go on this motorway. So I'll give an example now of our slow acceleration speed. It is pretty dire, like it's literally 5 miles an hour, then 7, then 8, you know, so it's pretty dire. So this is us now. We have got about, well, Google Maps is saying 2 hours to the border, 2 hours and a half, I think, but for us it's going to be quite a bit more. So we'll push on and hopefully we'll have a good update soon. Another quick update, we are on the motorway and it is actually going fine. So we're going about 80 kilometers an hour. This road I think goes up to about 130, but there might be no limit, we're not sure. People are coming past us very quickly, but we are fine. Like, people can see our hazard lights, there's almost no traffic. There are cars coming past pretty quick, but we're in a safe spot. There's no need for anyone to go into the back of us. So this is it now, I think, until we get pretty close to the border, and then there'll be a bit of smaller lanes. So when we get there, we'll have a look at that, and then we'll be doing our best to get across the border tonight before it closes. So we're stopped on the just off the E4. Why, you might ask? Well, you can see behind me there is a police car. We've been pulled over and basically they said they were looking for us because we've been reported to them for like dodgy driving basically. So we don't know what that means really. They've taken all of our documents, so passport, driving license, all the stuff for the van, and they're having a good look through all of our stuff. So we are again delayed and it's really going to get quite tight now to get to the border, get across, beat curfew on limp mode. Like, it's getting ridiculous now. So yeah, we're hoping we make it. Yeah, it's been a long day. Like, Barney was just getting off to sleep and here we are. So we'll hope for the best. We'll see you in a minute. So this is us at the Ukrainian-Polish border, just about to go through. So there's no photography, so I'll hold this down. So very quick and cheeky update, because you're not really supposed to take photos here. This is the customs area and we are hopefully just about to get through it. So hopefully very soon we'll be rolling this way, and then through that barrier is Ukraine. Okay, so we made it. We are through customs. There's welcome to Ukraine. We've just had our photo op and we are rolling. We've got an hour and a half positive driving here. Probably more like an hour and 3/4 because my van is slow. But we're just gonna have to hustle. It's very dark, but this is where we arrived. We've got our vehicles here. We're in this warehouse compound. We'll have a better look in the morning. But we've got our hosts here and we're now off to a hotel to grab some food and drinks. Pete's sake. Air raid sirens have gone off. So I'm just going to go down to the air raid shelter in the basement and hope for the best. So it's 8:56 AM We are in Lviv, air raids are going off. No one else seems very concerned, the local people that is. It's very interesting just to see what's going on. So who knows if we have to take shelter or not. I think I'm going to have a coffee. We'll see how we go. So it's about 9:05 now, and we're just heading off for breakfast. This place is beautiful. I'll show some more clips later when we do our guided tour. The air raid siren did go off about 10 minutes ago, and our local chap texted us saying intercontinental ballistic missiles may be incoming, please take shelter. But no one else seemed that concerned, and we went to hotel reception to ask, and they said no, it's fine, they'll get a text, we'll get another warning. So we're just going for breakfast, and if we have another signal then we'll have to quickly find, I assume, somewhere to take cover. But we're on our way. It's a good, nice morning. Beautiful little city. Brian and Dave, your thoughts on the city?
Oh, it's really beautiful, isn't it? Very, very nice. Lots of history. Cobbled streets, nice balconies, trams. Lovely. Looking forward to my breakfast.
Yeah, we had to wake Barney up. He was asleep. We had 2 air raid signals in the night, which we mostly slept through, but really looking forward to seeing the city. The only kind of cultural reference I have to a place like this is the Tintin books in Eastern Europe. So very interesting to have a look, and yeah, I'll give some good footage later. So Dave and Barney are at location. We've got our breakfast. This is on Monday morning. I've also got a fried breakfast. And so yeah, here we go. This is what you get in downtown Lviv on a Monday morning. So it's Monday morning here, and this is a Orthodox Catholic church, and they're having a Pray for Ukraine service. Packed, it's standing room only, absolutely packed. Very cool to see. So they're just having some sort of prayer and gathering and, you know, reflection for Ukraine and the war effort. So the plan for now is we're doing about half an hour sightseeing, then we're going to go and visit the hospital, and Dave is going to apparently do a shift, so we'll come back with him later on in the day. But no, we're going to go and see the hospital. There's a partnership with the Christian Medical Fellowship or something, and so we're going to meet a couple of those people, see some of the work that they're doing on the ground here, and then a bit later on we'll go to the warehouse where we dropped off the ambulances last night, and then so I'll formally hand them over to our partners here on the ground and then carry on. So this is a beautiful cobbled street, stunning scenery in this city. So we're very much looking forward to seeing a little bit of it this morning.
So this is opera and ballet theater of Solomia Krasnodębska. It's our main theater in Lviv, and it's very beautiful. We'll go to the front side and you will see it.
Another perspective there. This is again the main theatre, and the tour guide, our friend here on the ground, was just telling us very interestingly, under this this paving, this square, all the way running along here, there's actually the river running through the city. So it's incredible. It's so the whole thing underneath is a river, and somehow the guys have paved over, built a whole sort of street system, but we're standing on top of the river. So very incredible. The buildings here are absolutely stunning. You can see some of them. Well, they're all probably period buildings from maybe 1800 or older.
Oh, it's very lovely, isn't it? Very nice place. Very impressed. Really lovely vibe. Lovely weather.
Yeah. I will quickly show the gender-neutral coffee shop over there. So that's a gender-neutral establishment to buy your morning coffee. So we've got this tree-lined avenue now. We're going to continue, see a bit more of the city. I have been really impressed with it. It's very, very nice.
Come up to the rooftop of, I don't know, it looked like a shop or something like this, but I think some kind of restaurant. So we're looking out over the skyline of Lviv. Lots of domes of the Orthodox churches. You can see Moabit. Very, very attractive city. Lovely skyline. Just been at the church down here in the square. Seen it's an absolutely beautiful church, very ornate, beautiful painted ceiling, but a very, very moving display with soldiers. You know, hundreds of photos of soldiers who've lost their lives, and very movingly pictures of children who've lost their dad. Just talking about the sadness of the war. It's just very moving to see.
You can see here the example of churches and so on, other historic buildings having the windows covered up to prevent damage from any aerial strikes. I've got to be really careful where I film because there are military people around, but yeah, the guys here are doing their very best to protect their national assets.
We've just come from the hospital where we saw a lot of injured soldiers, and now we've been brought here, which I think it's the Martyrs Memorial thing. Clearly there's hundreds and hundreds of Ukraine flags, many of which I think represent soldiers who've lost their life in conflict.
Yeah, so I'll just zoom in here. As Dave said, this is a memorial, and there are relatives and people visiting these, and we would assume that each flag represents a soldier that's lost their life. So it does bring it home, like this is real people losing their lives in the battlefield. And we've just seen a lot of the survivors. I wasn't able to film at the hospital because obviously there's confidentiality and respecting the patients and so on, but we can describe after the fact. We saw people who'd had multiple limbs blown off, people who were going through rehab trying to get back use of their remaining leg, having lost a leg and so on. We saw people with multiple burns and really horrific heavy injuries, life-changing injuries that realistically these people won't recover from. They won't ever have a normal functioning body again. So it was really sobering to see that. It was a good experience for us just to give us context, I guess. What would you say to that, Dave, to help us understand things?
Absolutely. And you saw the human effects of these men just shattered, really, limbs blown off, bandaged. Many of them had their mothers by their bedsides who were looking after them in the hospital. Outside, just lots of people in wheelchairs with one leg, and these are young men. In fact, some of them older, showing how the whole male population really is being called up. But the human cost, and I think the psychological effect on those men will be very profound and long-lasting. And what I was also really touched by was the dedication of the staff. And it seemed, I'm used to thinking about my patients, but it seemed these staff were particularly affectionate towards the soldiers, and they had a particular concern. They kept talking about how proud they were of these men who'd gone out to fight on the front lines and defend them, and that clearly was affecting their motivation for looking after these men and doing their very best to help them.
This is the tram coming through the city centre. Dave informs me reliably that it's a Soviet-era 70s tram. So we've come for dinner in this underground restaurant. I explained earlier about going for underground dinners, and it's basically having dinner in a bunker. Oh, nice. That's how the napkins come.
That's how you eat in Ukraine.
That's how you eat in Ukraine. Well, good morning. This may be the end of this little film. Me and David have checked out and we're just waiting here for a taxi and the other lads to come down.
It's very interesting because it's like a completely normal city in many ways, quiet, everyone's just going about having fun, and yet there's a war going on, and half the men are away fighting, and those who come back have lost limbs and been traumatised.
Yeah, incredible. But it's been a great experience for us both, and yeah, we hope to visit again. Lviv is a wonderful city, really nice buildings and architecture and culture. We had a fun time last night, so it was a good trip. So thanks for being with us for this video, and we'll catch you again on another one soon.